everybody, it's me, Bily Speed Force Productions, and welcome to another Sonic movie video. And today, I figured, as you can tell by the title of this video, I am going to be doing a re-review on the first Sonic movie, which is 2 years later since it first released. So, for some of those that don't know, I originally did a review back in February of 2020. However, the review, after a short while, got blocked everywhere. So, I figured now would probably be a good time to do a re-review of the movie since we have the new one just around the corner, and as of this recording, we have just tomorrow for me to go see it. And then I'll be watching it, and I'll probably be happy. I'll find out once I go see it. Anyways, so with that said, let's get into my thoughts on the first movie. So, let's begin with the marketing quickly. The marketing, the original marketing for the film. It's something. It's definitely something. Like that silhouette poster, the original first trailer. It was something. The original look of Sonic. Ooh. That was a thing. It does not look like Sonic. It just does not look like Sonic. I mean, there's a couple of things that makes him look a little bit like Sonic, but the overall thing is just not Sonic. And then using Gangsta's Paradise in the trailer, which is a song that just does not fit Sonic. It makes me wonder, like, how much of Sonic they even knew in the first place. Fast forward to when we got the redesign made me so excited. I was so hyped with the trailer. The Sonic movie was my most anticipated movie of 2020. I mean, 2019. I honestly thought, even if they didn't change the design, I thought I would have liked the movie anyways. If it was just Sonic, that would be the issue to look at. But yeah, that's not the case now. Like, we have the redesign. He looks amazing. He looks perfect for a movie Sonic, and yeah, I'm really happy that we got the Sonic that he should be. And now let's go into the movie itself. So, the original reception of the film is that the film was like a bit mixed. Some people say it was good, better than expected, mediocre, and some people just don't like it. Which, of course, that's understandable. Everyone has different preferences, including me. My original thoughts on the movie was that I absolutely loved this movie. The movie just felt so fun. Like, sure, it was like a cliched CGI hybrid live action film where it's like a CGI character's from another world, government tries to go after him, and then befriends a human. But in this film, they do things that we haven't seen in any of those other films. Okay, so one of the examples of this is like, usually in those CGI hybrid films, the main human character is having a bit of a crisis. Like say, relationship or financial stuff. In this one, James Marsden as Tom Murkowski, he doesn't have anything like that. The only thing that he has is him moving from his hometown, which is in Green Hills, to San Francisco to be a more, I guess you could say, professional police officer. He doesn't have any struggles with his marriage because him and his wife Maddie, played by Tika Sumpter, is happily in love with each other, and they're very supportive of each other, which, again, you don't see that in these other films. They usually just like to copy and paste one another. Sure, there's a bit of copy and pasting in this film, but again, they did stuff so differently compared to other films that they cared enough to stand out from the rest. And I can definitely say this movie did stand out from those other types of cliched stories. The human characters as a whole, some of them I feel like were unneeded. Like, sure, we could have kept Tom, we could have kept Maddie. I mean, Eggman we definitely had to keep, because, like, Eggman's the main villain of the Sonic franchise. It makes sense. Agent Stone, I feel like if there wasn't as many human characters, we would have seen a bit more of Agent Stone, which is what I'm hoping for with the sequel. But yeah, my original thoughts on on the film when I did my original review is that I absolutely loved it. I had a blast. I just loved the character development. I loved the story. I just loved the action. I liked the humor. And I just thought it was an overall amazing movie, in my opinion. Now, fast forward to now, where I rewatched the movie last night, I still really love this movie. I still really love the Sonic movie. Like, sure, it's not perfect. Sure, there's a couple of things that are a bit cringeworthy, like, say, Sonic flossing or the fart joke, which is kind of strange because I remember one of the writers said that there wasn't going to be a fart joke, and then there was. I don't know if that was a last minute thing or they lied. It's one of those two. Yeah, I still really enjoy it. I think the human characters, they definitely stand out still from other CGI hybrid live action films, because we haven't had them do anything like this. I mean, sure, we have Maddie's sister, which is like constantly going about how Maddie should leave Tom, and yeah, it's annoying. I wasn't a fan of Rachel. She just wasn't a character I really liked. Jojo, she's sweet. And then we got Ozzy, his dog. Dogs are adorable. All the other human characters, we don't really get to see them. As a matter of fact, we even have like the deleted scenes, and we would have seen like some of them a bit more. Like, say, Crazy Carl, for example, we would have seen a bit more on him. Which, I'll be honest, there are some deleted scenes I wish we still had in the movie. But there are some I think were like, yeah, it's a good thing they took them out. Not to mention, we got to see the original look of Baby Sonic in one of them. Oh yeah, speaking of which, Sonic. The Baby Sonic thing, I think it's fine, because it wasn't for the entire movie. They didn't do constant flashbacks of it. It was only just at the beginning, and then we moved on. Which is probably what they could have really done. But like, that means Longclaw had no purpose to the film other than just to send Sonic away, when, I don't know, maybe Sonic could have just done that on his own. Longclaw, I feel like we should have known a bit more about her, which maybe the sequel might fix that, but I don't know. Something tells me Longclaw's not going to be in the sequel. I have no idea, but I'll find out once I go see the movie. Seeing the echidnas at the beginning, that was pretty cool. Like, I recall they were originally going to be lizards in the movie, but then they went with the echidnas, which I think that's a much better use, and that's really cool. And I even saw from Tyson Hess that the one that shoots the bow and arrow at Longclaw is supposedly that movie's version of the main echidna father from Sonic Adventure, the one that's the father to Cole, and I think that was a nice touch. I really did. And then of course there is Sonic himself. Is Sonic a faithful adaptation, say, to like the current games, or even like any of the other instances of Sonic being adapted? No, he's not. He's very different compared to what we've had before. But I do sense that there is still bits and pieces of Sonic that we've come to know and love. Like, he'll protect animals, because, yeah, that's just a thing Sonic does. Even if it was, like, animated, like, sure, you could do, like, a thing like, oh, it's a cartoon, like, the physics, it doesn't matter, like, he could drop him, but the animal that he was saving is fine. But even in a cartoon, Sonic would still go back to save it. There is some bits, like, say, when Sonic is being alone. I definitely related to it at the time, but I'd say now, like, it feels a bit forced. Then there's the whole thing about Sonic being with electricity speed instead of, like, wind speed, which, I don't mind it. I don't mind Sonic having electricity instead of wind. It's just a thing to really get used to, especially since this version of Sonic isn't supposed to be 100% faithful to the character that we've known. But it's still something unique to this version of Sonic that would be like, oh, this is a Sonic that someone will recognize. Like, you could look at some of the other adaptations of Sonic and you can be like, oh, they all look roughly the same. The only instances where you can feel like there's ones that stand out is like, say, Sonic Boom, or maybe the old 90s cartoons. But the Sonic movie is definitely one that stands out on its own, to be like, oh, this is a different Sonic. This is one that someone can easily tell that this is a different take on Sonic. Jim Carrey, I originally thought he was the best part of the movie, and yeah, he still is. Jim Carrey, I just love his take on Eggman. He's just really good as the character, and I just have a blast with him. I really like Jim Carrey. He's funny, and I'm just surprised like how he was able to make Eggman work, because his casting was kind of weird, because you wouldn't have thought that they would cast Jim Carrey as him, and yeah, you could tell just by watching his performance as the character that he loved working on the film. And it's so good to see that he wants to continue, because obviously he's in the second film, and now we have a third movie on the way, which we might even see Eggman in, and that would be really good. Some of the humor in the movie, I do feel, can be a bit cringe-worthy at times now, but I still get a little chuckle at some of them. Like Sonic flossing, I kind of don't mind it, because here's a thing I can think about when it comes to like putting in something trendy into like a new movie. It's basically like when, say, the 90s, they would do movies and they would put like 90s related things in it. So like whatever's hip and all that with the kids. And it's basically that. So like the kids that grew up in the 90s, or even people that were born in the 2000s that got to watch this 90s stuff, they see that there's a charm to it. It was something from their past, even a bit nostalgic to them. With things like, say, the flossing for Sonic, that's gonna feel nostalgic for kids that love doing the flossing right now. So like when they're older, they're gonna feel nostalgic for flossing. That's gonna be what we may consider cringe, is what people younger than us is going to think is nostalgic. That's just how it works. It's like when we were kids and we had things that we were into that our parents would think is cringe. It's kind of like that, really. That's how I look at it. I will say the fart joke was definitely cringe, because like, oh, we don't need fart jokes in Sonic. We don't. The product placement. Funny story about that. Before I first saw the Sonic movie, like before it came out, I was obsessed with this one Vanos Gaming video where it's like Gmod Guess Who, and they were setting it in Olive Garden, and I just really liked the theme that basically I Do Work did in the video, where it's like, come on down to the Olive Garden to get your free breadsticks. And I would like sometimes quote it when I'm in like Discord calls, or even like type in the chat, and then I go see the movie and they talk about Olive Garden, and they even do like a little product placement, and I'm like, how did I perfectly time that? It's just really funny to me. Like, sure, product placement, it's annoying, especially like they're doing it forcefully, and yeah, that's annoying. But I just still think it's really funny that I somehow was obsessed with that whole Vanos Gaming video with Olive Garden, and then seeing the movie just doing an Olive Garden product placement. It's just, I don't know how I did that. It's so strange to me. The song choices in the movie, I think they're pretty good picks. Like, we got Don't Stop Me Now by Queen. We've got Boom by X Ambassadors. Got Evil Grows. Those are like pretty good songs. I really like all of them. As a matter of fact, like, if it wasn't for this movie, I probably wouldn't have heard any of these songs, or at least until something else decided to use them. But hearing them in the Sonic movie, was a nice touch, because I've never heard Evil Grows before. I never heard Boom by X Ambassadors. I never heard All Fired Up or Good News Goes Bad. I think that's what it's called, that song. But the only song that I definitely knew of before the Sonic movie was Don't Stop Me Now by Queen. The music done by Tom Hollenberg or Junkie XL. Honestly, like, people say that it's generic music, but honestly, I don't find movie orchestra generic, to be honest. I just find it really inspirational at times. And as a matter of fact, my own movie, Corfy's Quest, I have had moments using Sonic movie music, and it to me, like, it's just really inspiring music to me. And I will say the music track that goes under the name Sonic the Hedgehog, I really like that one. That one's my favorite on the album, and it's because, like, it brings back the memories of me being a Sonic fan. That's what I really like about the track. So if you haven't heard it yet, I recommend it. It's really good. But yeah, it was a really good track. I really enjoyed it, and I just really like the music that Tom Hollenberg did. And I believe he's the one that's doing the music for the second film. So I'm looking forward to hearing, like, what he's done differently this time. I know he wanted to do, like, in his words, a Sega Genesis vibe thing for the music for the first movie. So maybe he might have incorporated that into the second, maybe? It'd be great if he did, because that makes it stand out even more. But I'm not gonna hold my breath on that. And yeah, we've got, like, a lot to hear. Speed Me Up, it's kind of a guilty pleasure of mine. Like, yeah, I can acknowledge why people don't like it and all of that other things, like the lyrics, the people who are in it, and the overall thing of the song. But I just can't help but enjoy it. It's honestly a guilty pleasure for me. I will say though, the credit sequence, the sprite work could have been better. Definitely. So overall, with the first Sonic movie, yeah, I still love it. It's definitely not as good as when I originally thought it was, but I still genuinely really love this movie. It was funny, it was emotional, it was action-packed. It's got the stuff that makes it stand out from other CGI hybrid live action films, and it's just an overall good movie to me. So I would honestly recommend it to anyone that hasn't seen it yet. Like, I mean, I'm sure loads of people have already seen it, but if you haven't, why not check it out? You don't need to necessarily play the Sonic games to watch the movie, but if you want to play the games, then go for it. And if you're someone who has watched the movie but never played the games, I hope you did enjoy the movie and maybe want to experience what the other games were like. And who knows, maybe you'll find some really good enjoyment out of what Sonic has to offer outside of the movies. Tomorrow is April 1st, and Sonic Movie 2 is on its way. I'm going to see it that day. I'm excited, and I'm hoping that it's going to be better than the first. And honestly, I think it will be. But anyways guys, that'll be it for this video. I thank you all for watching. If you did, leave a like, comment down below what you thought of the first Sonic movie, and yeah, we'll just go from there. So thank you all for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, support me on Patreon, follow me on all my social media links, which will be all linked down in the video description down below. And I'll see you all in my next video. Till then, take care. Bye bye.
Hey guys, Tails here! And if you enjoyed the video, give it a like and consider subscribing to Speed Force Productions for more. Catch you later!